Hey.
Is that your chicken making all that noise?
Oh, Jerry loves the morning.
Who?
Little Jerry Seinfeld. I named my chicken after you.
Thanks, that's very sweet, but that is not a chicken.
Of course it is. I picked it out myself.
Well, you picked out a rooster.
Well, that would explain little Jerry's poor egg production.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
I got nothing to say.
It's tough to start an episode when we're recording it like right after the previous episode.
Yep, we're recording an episode on one mañana's notice to account for me going to the beach next week. So thank you for that.
You got anything planned? Scuba diving, nude backgammon?
Yeah, with supermodels, Elle McPherson. We're going to do a little parasailing, a little walking the dogs on the beach, if it's allowed, and some seafood eating.
Oh, very cool. Vinny, before we got started this week, I thought we could just read an email that we received from listener Kristen Finnegan. She wrote, let's see, where is it? She was writing about Seinfeld Night, which is happening in a couple of weeks, August 5th, at the Brooklyn Cyclones out in Coney Island. What is a good time to get there in order to have a full Seinfeld Night experience? And, I think that's a good question. We tend to arrive on the early side just because I get anxious about events where I'm like, we're not going to get there. We're not going to have enough time.
Of course.
We got to beat the traffic.
It gives you a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. I remember we got in line for, I think, Dark Knight Rises like 4 hours early, and there was like two people in front of us.
Screw that. We got in line 7 hours early for Force Awakens.
Oh, that's right.
And that was one of the best movie theater experiences I have ever had. I hope we can do it again for The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we'll see. But for Seinfeld Night, I don't think you have to be that extreme. The game starts at 6. Probably get there around 4.
I would say 4 at the late. Like, to ensure you get a good spot in line, make sure you get your bobblehead. 4 would be a safe bet.
Right. I mean, the main reason to get in line early is to get the bobblehead. The Seinfeld festivities, honestly, are a little weak at Seinfeld Night. Hopefully we haven't overhyped the event too much. Really, the main reason we go is, to watch a ball game, meet a Seinfeld actor, and get the bobbleheads.
That's right.
Those are like the main reasons to go. But, the little stuff like the, I don't know, they have like a Failte Jerry station.
Yeah, that was a little hacky.
Most of the activities happen on the field.
Right. There's a race around the bases, but it's, somehow Seinfeld themed or related. They always have the Elaine dance-off every year, which is probably the best out of those activities.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm.
But this year it is going to be the Jackie Childs themed night. You're getting a T-shirt if you order the particular Jackie Childs package, which check on the website if it is still available. You would get a Jackie Childs shirt as well as the Jackie Childs bobblehead, and it's him sitting behind his desk looking, outrageous. Mm-hmm. But the first 2,000 fans that are in line will get a Soup Nazi bobblehead that says "No soup for you" with his finger up.
Finger up. Oh, just up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
What'd you think I was going to say?
I don't know. I thought you had more to say.
It's the wine.
Oh, yeah. We should preface this. I am drinking water. Vinny is drinking a big old glass of wine. So anything could happen.
Happy and healthy.
In short, get there a couple hours early. Game starts at 6. And if you don't want to stand in line, there's Coney Island right next door. You could, ride the Cyclone, Wonder Wheel, merry-go-round.
Hot dog and Nathan's on me.
There you go. Another option. But
that's literally all the stuff we did last year. So,
I'm really looking forward to it being a later game than usual because, night games I think are more fun. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get some fireworks, I think.
Yeah.
Weather pending. But, Vinny, you and I will be sure to post a photo on Facebook or Twitter the day of. So any of our listeners that are going to the game will know what we look like. And if you see us, please say hi. Let's chat.
Yeah. Come on down.
All right. Let's get started with this week's episode, Vinny. What do we got?
We got the 11th episode of Season 8, The Little Jerry, written by Jennifer Crittenden, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally aired January 9th, 1997. I'm already laughing.
Yeah, you already had okay, maestro.
I got the giggles.
Vinny turns into Elaine when he drinks a little wine.
Well, we'll get into this. I'm a little disappointed in Elaine this week, but you'll find out why.
Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, before we get started with the episode, not much trivia to get through, but I thought I'd mention back in 2012, there was a player for the Mets. I'm not sure if he still plays. Sorry.
Got a couple of sports noobs over here.
You know way more about sports than I do, man.
I know sports circa 1994. Nothing past that.
You gotta love sports. Well, apologies if I mispronounce any names, but Frank Francisco of the New York Mets made a comment in the summer of 2012 that the New York Yankees were a bunch of chickens, right? And I guess this was controversial. So one of his teammates, Tim Burdack, had someone go to Chinatown and buy an actual chicken. They paid $8 for it.
I'm with you.
And then they brought the chicken and pretended that the Yankees sent it to the Mets clubhouse.
Okay. I'm having trouble following the joke. Like, Tim Burdack's logic doesn't really make sense to me, but go on.
My guess is like he had someone, drop it off, and he told everyone, "Oh my God, the Yankees sent us this chicken," and they had a laugh, right? Okay,
so it was for camaraderie in the clubhouse to kind of like get a rise out of his fellow teammates?
I guess so, but I'm going to throw an insane twist your way, Vinny. Started off as a joke, but apparently the chicken was like welcomed. They wanted to keep the chicken around.
Okay.
And according to this article, the team actually bonded with the chicken. Quote, they got to know it as an individual. He became their pal. Okay. And Tim decided to name the chicken Little Jerry Seinfeld.
How could anyone not like him?
Yeah. Over a few days, the team kept the chicken, I guess, like in a cage in the clubhouse. But eventually they had to decide, like, what do we do with this chicken? Are we going to fry him? Are we going to bake him? What are we going to do?
Fillet it and fast food it if you want to.
But they loved Little Jerry so much that they contacted the farm sanctuary in Watkins Glen, New York, and they had him moved upstate.
Upstate.
Do you remember any of this happening 5 years ago?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't really follow that much baseball anymore. So yeah, I'm not familiar with the story.
Okay, well, I'm sure like Mets and Yankees fans might remember this story. ESPN has a great write-up about it. We'll include a link in our show notes. We'll also include some photos of Tim Burdack holding Little Jerry. You might see them in my notes here, Vinny, posing outside the clubhouse. There's like this huge press gathering. It's really nuts.
Everybody seems to be laughing, having a good time. And I can't help but notice Tim Burdack is holding Little Jerry, the real Little Jerry, much like Kramer is holding the fictitious Little Jerry. It's very awkward to hold a chicken, apparently.
Yeah,
or
really,
rooster.
Or rooster, yeah, for that matter. Very odd photos.
It is.
Wouldn't you know it, Vinny, just a couple of hours ago when I was putting together my notes, I decided to email the farm sanctuary in upstate New York to see if Little Jerry was still with them.
Oh, what'd you find out, Lois?
In other words, still alive, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
If I do hear back from the farm sanctuary, I'll be sure to let you and our listeners know if Little Jerry is doing well or if he's
dead.
What's your thought, Vinny? I'm not sure about the lifespan of chickens.
I'm betting that that Little Jerry's a fighter, so I think he's still kicking.
We should put some money on this.
What about $100, $200, $1,000?
All right. That was a weird way to get started with this week's episode, but let's get started with our first scene. We're looking at Jerry and Elaine standing on the sidewalk outside of Madame Chang's, the Chinese restaurant, waiting to meet George. Turns out Jerry and Elaine were supposed to go to an auto show the other week, but she never showed up. How long did Jerry wind up waiting for her?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Turns out Jerry has a point. The other day with Kramer's friend, they barely knew the guy, so they waited 40 minutes. The reason he waited, so little for Elaine, the longer you know someone, the shorter you wait for them.
That's the way it works.
And does this make any sense to you? I am more courteous to people I don't know than people I do know.
That's what they're getting at.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's George, $1, they don't mind. It's just funny to leave him there, He's getting stood up, essentially, and we get to witness it.
And again, hate bringing up this point, but I think nowadays it's very rare just to, wait and not know where someone is, with the ability to call them or text them.
You can share a location with somebody.
Well, as Jerry and Elaine are waiting on the sidewalk, she asks, when did you tell George to meet us?
Told him to meet in 10 minutes. How long has it been?
About 5.
That's enough.
Yeah, and just as they leave, George turns the corner, pleased that he's so early.
So a couple things with this scene. I love the mention of the auto show because if we recall to the Visa episode, Jerry and Elaine were going to go visit the auto show in that episode. Matt, do the spokeswoman, the spokesmodel.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. It's like
the turbo quadramatic transmission offers you the power and prestige to propel you
well into the next century.
21st century, yes.
21st century. Damn.
So that's first thing. Secondly, there's a mention of Kramer's friend. Is there any hint or speculation of who this friend could be? We were introduced to Brody earlier this season. Lomez has been featured heavily, by name only. We also have Bob Sacamano. What do you got?
Yeah, they barely knew the guy.
Tough one. Could be Lomez.
Corky Ramirez, maybe?
Perhaps, yeah.
I know they know Bob Sacamano because they got the invite to his party.
And Jerry became quite close with him in the chicken roaster.
Yeah. And spoilers, we will meet, I think, Lomez in the Van Buren Boys. I think you do get to see him. Really? I thought we just
he's just in the porta potty and Kramer knocks on the door.
Is it Lomez? Or maybe it's
you're talking about
Ramirez,
Phil. Mrs. Phil.
No. This is Van Buren Boys when they're in the bar and Kramer's telling his stories.
Oh.
I think one of the people there is one of his friends. Well,
that'll be exciting.
Either way, I want to say that this friend that they barely knew is one of Kramer's friends that he's only mentioned once.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Your Corky Ramirez, your J. Raymond Schneider.
There we go. Good call. I can't help but notice George when he says, "Oh, it's cold." And, he already lost his sable hat. His Gore-Tex jacket was lost. And he's no longer a hand model, so he doesn't have his oven mitts. So I just feel bad for this guy.
Nice.
And I got to say, I really do like this cold open because not only does it touch on a subject that they could have easily discussed in Monks, how long do you wait for a friend? But I love that George ends up being the butt of the joke.
Yeah, it's a great little opening for the episodes. It's about something.
And this one featured Elaine, too, which is kind of rare. We saw Newman and Kramer, and then usually it's George and Jerry. But we got Laney this week.
For sure. Next scene, we're at Monk's. Jerry and Kramer are grabbing some breakfast. Turns out Jerry bounced a check at the neighborhood bodega recently, so the owner, Marcelino, just taped it up to the cash register with all the other bad checks.
It's the only way you'll learn. What's up with that? The way Kramer is, the tone in which Kramer is responding to Jerry, it's the only way you'll learn.
Yeah, it's this, there's so many layers inside to Kramer, but this is that above it all. He understands social norms better than Jerry.
I can't quite, they're best friends. Kramer is judging Jerry in a way, and I feel like it's very similar to Kramer saying he would turn Jerry in for murder if Jerry ever murdered a guy.
No, yeah, totally.
Wouldn't even think twice about it.
Not as extreme, you know what I mean? It's just Kramer scolding Jerry like he tends to do. Before we cut to a clip, we get the first of many hilarious Kramer lines here as he eats some of the eggs, and he finds them disgusting.
This chicken should be ashamed of himself.
Love that line.
There's a lot of, like you said, good Kramer lines this week, many of which you quoted constantly in college.
Yeah, you brought this up last week with the, so did you talk to Newman about moving his mailbags out of the storage locker? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's
not going to do it. Yeah, there's something about Kramer in season 8 and 9 that I just love so much. Well, anyways, let's cut to a clip as George arrives.
Fantastic day. Fantastic.
What happened?
Well, first, I'm brushing my teeth, and this piece of apple skin that must have been lodged in there for days comes loose.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm at the foundation.
You still doing that?
Sometimes, once in a while.
When you feel guilty?
No, occasionally I forget to let the machine pick up. Anyway, they made this large donation to a woman's prison, and I get to go down there and check it out.
That's caged heat.
What are you going to do there?
Nothing really. Just, stroll around the cell blocks, maybe taking a shower fight. Hey, you got a bounce check hanging up in the little market over in Columbus?
Yes, I know.
I noticed you chose the clowns with balloon check design.
It was a mistake. The bank sent me the wrong ones.
Hey, look who's here. Hey, Kurt, this is Jerry and George and Kramer.
Hey, Kurt, taste these eggs.
No, I only eat cage-free farm fresh.
Yes, these are sweatshop eggs.
I gotta call the office, honey. Will you order for me?
I'm a honey. He's pretty great, huh?
Is he from the future?
No, he just shaves his head. I think it's pretty gutsy.
Listen, sweetheart, let me tell you a little something about guts. This is guts.
What? Clinging to some scraps?
These are not scraps. These are historic remains of a once great society of hair.
Oh, did you guys stop at the bodega today? Some moron bounced a clown check.
I really think Michael has stolen the show thus far, especially with this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Each line delivered. Hey Kurt, he had just met Kurt, by the way. Hey Kurt, taste these eggs.
These are sweatshop eggs.
Exactly. And then the way that he exits by not scooch out, will you?
Yeah.
He steps over the seat and falls. Everybody keeps a straight face, and he just walks out as if nothing happens.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
Kudos.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about George from the top of the scene when he arrives. I love that little detail of the little piece of apple skin must have been lodged in there for days, comes loose.
Fantastic. Very
that.
Seinfeldian, and old style Seinfeldian too.
Mm-hmm. And how's about this? George mentions the foundation.
That's right. A little callback, huh?
Completely forgot about this plot point. It seemed so important in the first 2 episodes, and now it's...
And is he still working for the Yankees at this point?
And the Yankees, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thanks for mentioning that detail, writers. Now, is this the first time that this is Big Jerry, has bounced a check?
Ooh.
Can you recall another time? It's that time. It's trivia time. It's Friday.
Is it Nana's checks?
I cast the checks. The checks bounced, and now my Nana's missing.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's a little different though, because Nana wrote the checks.
Oh, still.
And he cashed them.
We had a whole episode on checks. Been done to death.
Big plot point. The George storyline this week is, I guess, the foundation made this donation to a woman's prison, and George is going to go there and check it out, whatever that means.
He's very excited about it. There's caged heat. There's cage-free farm fresh.
I'm sure if he watched Orange is the New Black, he would realize it's not going to be as exciting as he thinks it is.
And then that line that Jerry makes about, I'm going to take a lot of offense to all these bald jokes this week, but Jerry says regarding Kurt, is he from the future? And, oh, man, my shoulders just slunk down. I'm like, do people ask that about me when I leave?
But it's not just the bald thing. I think it's that Kurt is wearing this huge overcoat.
That's true.
And it's all just, one piece. It's
the V-stripe, silver suit with boots. That's Jerry's bit.
Jerry has a joke about men's hair either way. Is he from the future or ponytail? Get real,
Exactly.
So
yeah.
You can't win with Jerry, Vinny.
See that guy over there? Plugs.
There you go. There's another one. Now, there was some deleted dialogue from the script, and I wish these made it in, but do you want to talk about them here?
Yep. When Kramer said, these are sweatshop eggs, he was going to originally follow it up with, these chickens were just phoning it in.
I like that.
Furthermore, the script revealed that Jerry, when the bank sent him the wrong checks, he had originally ordered checks that featured sailboats on the harbor. And finally, Elaine was going to explain that Kurt was so gutsy because he probably started losing his hair and figured, what the hell, I'll just finish the job.
All right, let's move over to the bodega here. And, I love that word bodega. Growing up in Indiana, that word just didn't exist. And I learned it through this show. I'm like, what is a bodega? I didn't really understand it. And, my first trip to New York, I was just very excited to go to one of the, hundreds of bodegas in Manhattan. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is it.
And I remember when you first discovered a black and white cookie in a bakery. It's very similar to that. The excitement you must have felt being this kid from Indiana and being in the big city under the lights. Pretty cool.
Yeah. But this bodega, is on the back lot. And I think they used the storefront that says grocery market, fresh fruits and vegetables. We actually just talked about it a few weeks ago when George tries to haggle some fruit.
Oh, yes.
With the clerk in the opening. It's that building, and I think they added this big yellow marquee.
Okay.
Calling it a deli grocery. I don't know, just to make it look a little different, but in reality, it's that storefront. I wish it was called Marcelino's or, something like that. That
would be cool. We're actually going to get a wonderful close-up shot of the check as it is taped on Marcelino's wall, and it says pay to the order of Columbus Deli. Okay,
wow. So a lot of different names here. Columbus Deli. I guess that makes sense too. None of the bodegas have interesting names. You know what I mean? They're always deli or.
It should be called the Bodacious Bodega or John Bodega.
How you doing on that wine there? Are you okay?
I'm good. I feel good right now.
Okay.
Can I top you off?
Well, Jerry apologizes again for the check, but Marcelino isn't budging. Kind of rubs it in. People seem to like the clowns. So Jerry gives him the $40 he owes him, plus another $20 for his trouble. But as he steps out, Marcelino still hasn't taken the check down.
Sorry, store policy.
But it's your bodega.
Even I am not above the policy. That is Miguel Sandoval, who plays Marcelino. This guy, whoever cast him this week, wonderful job. Hire this man. Give him a raise. Fantastic. He will come back in the finale as Marcelino again to testify, right? Or at least be present in the courtroom.
Oh, yeah. Cockfighting. That was British, sorry.
That's Babu doing the Marcelino. He was a series regular on the show Medium. He was in Clear and Present Danger as well as Jurassic Park, but you've seen his face numerous TV shows.
Yeah, he is probably one of the most iconic character actors to appear on Seinfeld. I put him up there with Stephen Tobolowsky or, I don't know, some other guy.
those two guys. There you go.
You mentioned Jurassic Park. I think that's what I remember him from the best in that opening scene in the mine.
Okay.
He's a digger. Anyways, sorry. Anything else from this scene?
No, I do think you should put up. Did you take a screen grab of that shot of the clown check? Oh God.
I want you to drink another glass of wine right now. I want to get you so drunk this episode.
I'm out right now.
Fill up. I'll wait.
Drunk story time with Vinny.
Yeah.
But if we look, we look at the check, it's got Jerry Seinfeld, his 129 West 81st Street address, apartment 5A. So the attention to details there. It also has a phone number there, but stamped over the phone number says returned non-sufficient funds. So it says 212-555, and I can't really make out the last four digits, but it's dated December 15th, 1996. But it's got Jerry's signature. The bank is City Trust and Savings Bank, so it's the main branch. It's not. Is this interesting?
No, it's not. Yeah,
it's not chemical, but it's the attention to detail is great, and you can actually see the clowns. So go ahead and take a look.
Crazy clown on the check.
El Clowno.
All right, I'll post a screen grab of the check online.
Thank you.
If anyone's interested in those little details. Let's cut over to the prison here. We don't really have a name for it, but George is getting a tour of the minimum security prison by a nice lady named Betsy. The warden, I guess? Is that confirmed?
I think she's the warden, but they don't like to use those authoritative terms in this minimum security. That's what I gather.
Of course.
She, on her name tag, it has her last name. I think is it Farr?
Farr, yeah, good eye. Betsy Farr.
Farr.
I used that once in trivia, and I will never use it again because.
Did they get mad at you for that?
Yeah, when I was like, well, you can see her last name on her name tag. Yeah, I got a lot of groans with that one. But, since this is a minimum security prison, Betsy, not warden, George is pretty disappointed. Things aren't as exciting as he thought they'd be. No gangs, no yard, no hole. Instead, there are tennis courts, a refurbished library.
This prison stinks.
And as they enter the library, Betsy introduces George to Celia Morgan, the prison's librarian, before she heads back to her office.
Thanks, warden.
Betsy.
They picked the perfect actress to play her. She's so sweet and innocent looking, but to be the head of this women's prison, it's very well done.
Yeah, let's talk about the actress.
Yeah, we got Katherine Joosten. She plays Warden Betsy. She passed away in 2012, but she was a cast member on Desperate Housewives. She was in Wedding Crashers. And hey, she played the woman at reception named Jenny in the Weatherman episode of Curb.
I don't remember that role, but...
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I do love when there's a crossover, so pretty cool.
She was in one of the best episodes of Scrubs. I don't know if you remember that season 1 episode where... It's the episode's broken into 3 stories, 3 different patients, and the whole point of the episode is one of them is going to die and you don't know which one.
Okay.
But she plays JD's patient, and she just has a beautiful outlook on life. I'll include a link in the show notes for the episode if anyone wants to watch it. It's really a good one.
A lot of positivity.
Yeah.
And can I also go over Celia Morgan here?
Let's actually talk about her real quick. George makes a joke to Celia that, you have the same outfit as another woman, this, blue button-down shirt and khakis, and he's shocked to find out that she's a prisoner.
You're in jail? That is so cool. He's like a schoolgirl. He's the same way he was with Tony with Celia. So we got Andrea Bendewalt. More wine and heavy gravy. So there is Andrea Bendewald, who plays Celia Morgan. She was most known for her role on Suddenly Susan, and I think a lot of people who watch Friends will recognize her from the cheap wedding dress episode. She got in a fight with Monica over a wedding dress.
Did she have a recurring role on Friends?
No.
All right, so I don't usually look into actors online. That I usually leave that for you. But I did check out her wiki page, and she was a bridesmaid at Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt's wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jennifer Aniston was maid of honor at her wedding.
I'll be damned. They must go way back.
For sure. Well, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment here, and we've got a clip to play.
You asked her out?
Well, not out. She's a prisoner.
How could you ask her out?
Why not?
I remember when you wouldn't date that girl that lived in Queens because you didn't want to go over the bridge.
It was different.
I'll say.
Jerry, I like being with her. Plus, I know where she is all the time. I have relatively no competition. And you know how you live in fear of the poppin'?
The poppin'.
Yeah, no poppin', no in the neighborhood, no I saw your light was on. And the best part is, if things go really well...
Conjugal visit?
Don't jinx it, dude. Hey!
What's up?
George is dating a convict.
Oh, what's she in for?
Embezzlement.
Sounds like a nice girl.
Another killer Kramer line. I love that. Sounds like a nice girl.
So Jerry says, I remember when you wouldn't date that girl who lived in Queens because you didn't want to go over the bridge. And that kind of got me thinking to when Kramer dated, what was her name? Madeline Stays Here.
Oh, yeah, Downtown.
Downtown Madeline. And but wouldn't it be like killing 2 birds with 1 stone if he visited his parents and then also his girl?
Right, so the distance doesn't really seem to be an issue. He does make the drive, but it's annoying enough that George has to drive there to see his parents. Now he has to drive there to see his girlfriend.
Yeah, but if remember when his parents were separated and he had to go with his father and play Clue and then go with his mother, it's like running a double marathon.
Right.
Can't please this guy. I'm
glad you brought up Madeline because this does come up a lot. Also in that episode where Elaine has a new area code and people don't really want to date her. Like the guy's like, 646, what is that, New Jersey?
And I gotta be honest, I kind of like George's logic here about dating a convict. No pop-in, no I was in the neighborhood, no I saw your light on, and the best part is if things go well...
Conjugal visit?
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Yeah, I'm kind of with George here.
It seems to be an extreme though, right? Like, no one likes pop-ins, and
yes, we'll actually see that later on in the episode referenced as well. Mm-hmm. And then finally, Jerry has brought up the conjugal visit sex before, if we recall the postponement. The only thing better than makeup sex is conjugal visit sex, to which George responded,
"Oh yeah, conjugal visit sex. Now that is happening."
Mm-hmm. George is kind of longing for it, isn't he, back then?
I always think of Job, or, the Bluths with their trailer, for conjugal visits.
Yes.
Job's like, oh no, I don't want to see this.
If you could taser me right now, that'd be great.
And I love the return of the term pop-in. I think that's such a Seinfeld term, and absolutely. I think we throw that around a lot in our normal lives. Well, Kramer has bought a bunch of food and needs to keep it in Jerry's fridge since his is full. But, he doesn't even have a fridge, does he?
Well, not here.
No. And Kramer steps out into the hall, comes back in with a huge bag of chicken feed. That's right. He bought a chicken.
Allow me. Why?
Cage-free, farm-fresh eggs.
Allow me. What are you, an idiot? No. Now, did you notice the way Kramer slammed that chicken feet into the fridge with reckless abandon?
It reminded me of another episode.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the air conditioner.
I'm thinking the parking garage.
Yeah, very good.
I really hurt myself, Elaine. It's not funny.
Right, to remind our listeners, at the end of the episode, they finally found Kramer's car. He's got that huge air conditioner in the box. And he almost takes like a running start at the open trunk and manages to just slam it in there. Bangs his face.
He cut his lip.
Cut his lip on the box. Well, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment here. Elaine is about to pay a delivery guy when Kurt insists and throws her his wallet. And she gets a look at his driver's license and is just shocked to see this thick, lustrous hair in the photo. Turns out Kurt started shaving his head for his swim team a few years ago, and he just liked the way it looked, so he kept it.
Are you saying that I could be dating this hair? I mean, with you under it?
So we haven't gotten to any tender subjects yet, but, this episode has a lot of digs towards bald men. How are you feeling so far? Is this...
I can't work for you!
Is this a sensitive issue?
No, I'm just, I'm all shucksing right now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kind of like, doing that squashing the bug with my foot motion, hands in my pockets. That's right. So let's go over a couple things. First of all, the delivery guy, did you notice him? Because you should, because he's going to come back later as Neil in the English patient.
Yeah.
Thank you. He is Jason's stand-in, and that is Jeffrey Kurt Miller. So pretty cool. Doesn't have a speaking line, but he's kind of dipping, right?
Yeah. He's actually a triple dipper. We saw him in another episode. Do you remember which one?
Wasn't he? Wasn't he like a construction guy of some sort, or
not construction? But he was outside, and
was he a phone repair guy?
No, he was a guard.
Okay, help me out.
A guard at a big public event.
Oh, at the race, Jean Paul.
Come on, man! I'm in the marathon. Or it's like,
okay, go ahead. So this is probably a good time to talk about the actor who plays Kurt. It's none other than John Michael Higgins, and I think everybody will recognize this guy from some role because he is such a great character actor. First things first, he really shaved his head for this part, so kudos to you, my man. He was in Yes Man, he was in Bad Teacher, several episodes of Arrested Development as Wayne Jarvis. I am a man. Love that guy. Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. He was in Best in Show and A Mighty Wind, so he's very familiar with that gang. And I always remembered him growing up. He was in, do you remember that movie The Late Shift? It went over the late night wars between Jay Leno and David Letterman.
I do know it, yeah.
He played David Letterman, and he did an excellent job. He had the gap in his teeth and the real curly hair.
It's on Amazon Prime if anyone wants to revisit it. This guy, though, John Michael Higgins, I never knew his name until this episode.
You're right. Because you always just see him as that character.
Yeah, exactly. Know his face so well. I can't believe he's just been in so much stuff. I'm sure his IMDb page is nuts, but you hit definitely the most popular stuff. Especially Christopher Guest. He seems to be, big into his films.
And did you notice how Elaine described Kurt's hair?
It's so thick and lustrous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did any other character describe hair in that same fashion?
Thick, lustrous hair is very important to you. Is that what
you're saying to me? Exactly. I like when that happens, where the writers, whether it's coincidence or by design, can insert a familiar line like that.
Yeah, this is just such a fantastic script. I feel like we don't always get a script as tight as this, where every line is either a joke or it's sort of a reference for us diehard fans. Yeah, really, really well done this week.
Yeah. Another bullseye, JC.
All right, next scene, we're in Jerry's apartment. He's asleep in bed when he's suddenly woken up by the crowing of a rooster. Doesn't take him long to go knocking on Kramer's door and have a discussion about his new pet.
You mean Little Jerry Seinfeld? Name my chicken after you.
That's very sweet, but that is not a chicken. You picked out a rooster.
Well, that would explain Little Jerry's poor egg production. And the scene ends with Kramer holding the chicken as if he's looking down the barrel of something. He's looking into the ass of the rooster. I love
it's a great shot, but I love the reaction of an audience member.
What'd she do?
She goes, "Oh!" As he looks down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Little Jerry Seinfeld, great name for a rooster. More to come, of course.
Doesn't this episode feel like it's got just the right amount of zaniness?
Oh,
what do you got?
Well, Jerry kind of puts it perfectly at the end, where he's like, "George, I can't do this. Fugitives, conjugal visit sex. I got a cockfight to run, or a rooster to train." That's exactly how I feel in a lot of these episodes, where I'm like, it's just too much zaniness. This episode has way too much zaniness, but it pulls it off, I think,
this one's doing it for me. Yeah, I'm all in with this episode.
I think it's just a really well-written episode, and that's all it is.
All right.
Let's cut over to the prison. George and Celia are wrapping up their day date, which I think just consisted of them eating lunch outside under guard.
That's right. On paper plates, right? And silverware or cutlery.
Not too romantic. But Celia won't see George for another 4 days, but, she stays positive and says, "Hey, go have fun with the guys. I'll be here waiting for you."
Of course you will. You're the best.
So George is happy with this, man. This is the perfect relationship.
Why didn't you think of this sooner? And such a great little kind of throwaway line, but, like you said, they were having lunch under guard. But the guard is so pleasant and accommodating. He's like a waiter. And he says, "Oh, can I take your plates out of the way for you?" And George says, "Oh, thanks, Bobby." Like they're on a first name basis with a prison guard. Yeah. It's awesome.
And it is Bobby, just an hour visit too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why George is so happy too, right?
You don't think they've, yet?
Oh, not yet.
Okay. Anyway, Bobby is played by Ray Procia, and this guy was in High Castle, Suits. High Castle, Suits, He was also in an episode of Curb, in the table read episode as Connie, the maitre d'. He is the guy that Larry tips, at first intentionally, and then secondly inadvertently. Do you remember that scene?
I thought that was the time when that's not the one when like Jason tips higher.
No, this is just to get a table at this restaurant without waiting. Larry always flips the guy 20, and then later on in the episode, Larry has a 20 in his hand, and he bumps into the guy on the street, and they shake hands, and the guy takes his 20. So of course they're gonna squabble about this later on. But
excellent.
I did not know this guy crossed over to Curb. Very cool to see him.
All right, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Jerry gets a phone call from two people we haven't seen in a while.
Rubbing my hands together. Hello?
Jerry? Leo told us he saw your bounced check. Are you having money problems?
I'm not having money problems.
Enough with the comedy. You're very clever. You should look into advertising.
He never even called Ed Roydlick. They were looking for someone.
I'm not calling Ed Roydlick. I'm doing fine.
That's it. I'm going to send you $50.
You are not sending me $50.
We're sending you $50. Morty, get me an envelope.
I swear to God, if you send me $50, you are going to be so sorry.
I don't see envelopes.
They're right in front of you. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'll show you.
Ma! 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 Oh!
How are the folks?
Good.
The only thing that could make this episode better is having the Costanzas join in. But this little snippet we get of Helen and Morty is, it's so good.
Now, I thought this was kind of interesting. Next week's episode that we're going to cover is the one that is in the original air date. Like, we're not following production order.
Mm-hmm.
So we're, like, talking about the 13th episode next week, but it aired before the 12th, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds weird, but it's the money. And I wonder if they moved that episode up in the schedule by a week to connect with this scene.
It's possible.
Because otherwise there would have been an episode between this episode and that. So, I don't know. I just wondered, like, because I always thought this scene was in the episode The Money.
Right.
But it really just kind of sets it up.
But it's one of those instances where, hey, it's a connector between two episodes, so it feels like a part, even though it's just one little scene, but it becomes like a part one and part two, which I love.
Yeah, in a way. Mm-hmm.
But, Helen, I think, is the star here, because Morty only has a little bit of good lines, but enough with your comedy. You're very clever.
You're very clever. You should look into advertising.
And that name, Ed Roydlick. I'm not calling Ed Roydlick.
One of my favorite, like, master level trivia questions is Ed Roydlick. Mm-hmm.
And this notion, I've experienced this with my parents. This notion of giving money or trying to do something, and you're like, no, I don't want it. If you do that, so help me. So I very much identify with the scene, and it's so well done. Jerry getting frustrated as a, what is he, late 30s? Man with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm sending you $50.
It goes back to one of my favorite moments with his parents when they're driving and they get gas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Dad,
like,
you're not paying.
Over my dead body, Jerry.
Don't you know?
Love that. Oh, boy. Well, George is loving his relationship with Celia, feels very liberated, just bummed out that he didn't come up with this until now.
Yeah, dating a convicted felon. I don't know how you missed it.
So Elaine just marches in and shows Jerry Kurt's driver's license.
Kurt's an organ donor.
No, she points out the hair in the photo, and George does not take this well. He thinks shaving your head is just like using a wheelchair for the fun of it. And that kind of goes back to the Curb episode Trick or Treat, where Larry says these teenage hooligans were accused of being, it's a hate crime because they called him bald ass. Mm-hmm. And a cop says, sir, I'm bald. I don't take offense to it.
With all due respect, officer, that is a look you're cultivating. You have chosen to shave your head.
Right.
We, as the bald community, do not accept you. With all due respect.
So again, I don't know if this is an idea left over from from Larry, or if it's just anyone who's bald who worked on the show sort of understood this, that, there's a clear line between people who shave their head and those who have no choice.
Oh, I agree. And baldness is such a huge part of the George Costanza character that they can't help but explore it even further when Larry's already left. But it's a stroke of genius to kind of like go down this route in this episode. To have George have it broken to him that actually we haven't gotten there yet.
And the line, using a wheelchair for the fun of it, can you connect that to a future episode?
Oh, I got two of them queued up for you. Future episode, we got the butter shave, where George will be the one using the wheelchair for the fun of it when he has his own personal rascal.
Right.
So we can go to hell at 2 miles an hour. And let's go back to the handicap spot. George and Kramer shop for a wheelchair for Lola, and we get to see Kramer in one of those wheelchairs.
Yeah, it looks like he's having fun with it for sure.
Yes.
Well, Elaine is so happy that Kurt is growing out his hair for her, She's like, it's mine, all mine. And she won't just call it brown hair. What is it?
It's chestnut with auburn highlights. That has always stuck with me all these years, that line.
Yeah.
If something's brown, if somebody says something's brown, I will, for no reason, just say, it's not brown, it's chestnut.
Is it brown? Is it brown?
Good job.
All right. Jerry doesn't understand Elaine's giddiness, and she drops a bomb. And Vinny, I was worried about bringing this up here, but
I know.
She says, since Jerry is not around women, he doesn't know how important a man's hair is. I'm sorry, Vinny, but it's true.
I knew it. Did you watch the deleted scene this week?
I did, yes.
I don't know at what point it would have made it into the episode. Mm-hmm. So I should state that this is where I got really frustrated with Elaine, because it's not meant to be with us. This character that I've idolized all these years. But there's a deleted scene in which her and Jerry are walking down the street, and she is discussing the difference between being bald and acting bald. And she makes a case that she doesn't mind that he doesn't have hair, but the fact when he starts acting bald is what becomes unattractive. Does that make sense?
Well, the joke in the scene is Jerry doesn't follow her logic. It's so confusing, but I think it makes total sense. She's like, I want a man who has the confidence
of a man with hair.
Exactly, regardless if he has hair or not.
So now Elaine totally redeemed herself with that deleted scene.
All right, so you're not feeling Elaine here.
Well, I just don't like the way she's impugning a race of people here.
Has Elaine ever dated a bald man before?
Well, if you go back to the earlier seasons, she dated guys that had thinning hair. We got Ned from Yakima. We got what's that guy who's
Joel Rifkin? Maybe was his hair.
He was more receding. You got what's that guy's name? The guy who pillages and plunders.
Yeah, he kind of had a receding hairline too.
It was thinning. So yeah, she's not opposed to it, especially the younger Elaine.
Oh, well, they weren't a real couple, but Russell.
That's true. Yeah, she went out with him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's hope.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
All right.
All right, let's cut over to the bodega. One of several classic shots this week. This is Kramer walking Little Jerry down the sidewalk on a leash.
Great visual.
It's so quick, and I love how they pair it to the John Williams Superman theme in the penultimate clip show.
That's right.
Oh, it's beautiful. Now, there are some great bloopers to come out of this scene, and I've been pretty lazy posting bloopers online lately. Sorry about that, but I'll try to put together a little reel from the Little Jerry where Michael is trying to walk the rooster down the street, and it is not behaving. It's stopping. It's going into other buildings.
You can really see Michael get frustrated.
Like at one point he gives up and he just looks up at like Andy Ackerman and he's like, shouldn't I just be carrying the rooster?
Yeah. Well, the poor rooster, he's got the leash tied around his foot or his ankle. Mm-hmm. So it's tough to walk.
Well, Kramer pops into Marcelino's and the owner takes a liking to Little Jerry Seinfeld.
Little Jerry Seinfeld. Does he bounce checks too?
The first mention of Little Jerry, not Jerry, Jerry. A woman enters the bodega with her dog, and Little Jerry gets into a tussle here, and there's some commotion, but by the sound of the dog's whimpering, Little Jerry won the fight.
I like the way he handles himself.
Yeah.
I really like the way they use the sound effects to hear the dog kind of, getting riled up, and you hear the pop, 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 and then the big wincing of the dog as if it lost the fight.
Sorry. There's like a Michael ADR in there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, lobster.
Yeah, another great one. Perfect. And yet another joke with the rooster's butt. Like at the end of the scene, Kramer picks up Little Jerry, and he's like just smiling at Marcelino, and he looks down and he realizes, gotta turn that thing around.
What is Jennifer Crittenden's obsession with rooster asses?
It's the first question we'll ask her. Well, let's cut over to Elaine's. Kurt hasn't shaved for a while, and Elaine is checking out the stubble. Happy to see some little seedlings coming up. But lets out a, when she doesn't think it's coming in everywhere. And this is when Kurt looks concerned, and he heads to the bathroom mirror.
Oh my God, I'm going bald. Oh, poor Kurt.
Do you remember the first time, I'm going bald? Was that a really a horrible experience to go through? Or are you just what a...
what a bitch.
Yeah, basically.
Somebody made a comment about it when I was in high school, and I became self-conscious of it then, and baldness runs in my family. And then when I went to college, people would say, hey, when'd you start losing your hair? People would just ask me outright. So it always became this thing, and I'd do kind of the big sweep across, or I did some creative masking of it. I cut my own hair when I was in college. But then finally I was just screw this, and I shaved it off. What was the question? I'm all flummoxed right now.
I'm sorry to bring it up because I think we both understand what a sensitive issue it is. I think for a lot
I made
of
my
guys.
peace with it. There's a girl that I'm with who I quite adore who happens to like bald men. So right. I even asked her, I said, would you like me with hair? And she says no.
There you go. I swear I told you that back in college when you were thinking about dating you were thinking about shaving your head. And I said, there is a huge group of women out there that loves bald men. Mm-hmm. So you got nothing to worry about.
The funny thing is, when this episode came out, I don't think it was as in vogue to shave your head. And now it's so common. People, regardless of if you're losing your hair or have a full head of hair, guys shave their head.
Yeah.
Hell, even women shave their head now. Mm-hmm. She's bald, Jerry.
Well, let's cut over to the prison. George stops by the library to see Celia and give her some cartons of cigarettes so she can buy herself something nice. Well, Celia has some big news for George. She's up for parole.
Parole? That's dynamite.
And wow, how topical is that?
Yeah, the juice is going to be let free.
You know that old saying, the juice is going to be set free.
Here come the juice, here come the juice.
Isn't it the juice is loose?
Well, I was trying to do Here Come the Judge, but let's go with the juice is loose.
Oh, man.
I think Jason was very good in this scene, the way he was able to, just in the expression on his face, convey how he was disappointed, but he still had to be brave or at least put on a facade for Celia.
Right.
Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a great job this week, especially as I think Kramer and Jerry, in a sense, steal the show. Mm-hmm. All right, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment here. He gets the news about, Marcelino and maybe taking the check down.
Marcelino's going to take down the check?
Yeah, well, it comes down if little Jerry Seinfeld wins the cockfight.
Great. What?
Well, Marcelino, he has cockfights in the back of his store.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he says if little Jerry Seinfeld wins, the check comes down.
Kramer, cockfighting is illegal.
Only in the United States.
It's inhumane.
No, Jerry, it's not what you think it is.
It's two roosters pecking at each other.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they wore gloves and helmets. Like American gladiators.
Kramer, little Jerry could get hurt.
Yeah, well, I left them with Marcelino. My little Jerry.
So this is 2 weeks in a row, at least for me, where Jerry and Michael steal the show. It's just...
Yeah, you can't really say anything because the clip speaks for itself. The line with Jerry, great. What?
It's a great delivery for sure.
I love Michael's innocence at not knowing what cockfighting is, thinking it's, civilized and like American gladiators, which I love that that's referenced in there because it really brings you back to the 90s.
How have they not brought back American gladiators?
I think in the early 2000s they did try to bring it back, and it didn't do as well.
Maybe too soon, but...
It needs to have the retro feel if they're going to do it. The outfits and the hairstyle and the names ought to be, I think, pretty similar.
Right.
You can't have it modernized. It wouldn't be cool. And the fact that the contestants were just average Joes, no muscle tone. They were just Morgan is a CPA by day, but she likes to run marathons. And then, she takes on Blaze and gets whooped.
Well, we get an act break here, and when we come back, Kramer ran out in a panic, and when he comes back, he tells Jerry that Little Jerry is more than okay. He won the cockfight.
You should have seen Little Jerry, Jerry, flapping his wings and strutting his stuff. He was pecking and weaving and bobbing and talking trash.
Love that. Another
He's a
great
proud
line.
papa.
Turns out Little Jerry's opponent ran right out of the ring. The whole fight lasted 2 seconds.
How long do they usually last?
5 seconds.
Oh. There's that he's so quick on the draw. I think that's what I'm liking about this Kramer we've been getting lately.
Mm-hmm. Well, based on Kramer's deal with Marcelino, Jerry's check is coming down today. So everyone's pretty happy. That is until George arrives.
Celia's up for parole.
Hey, Little Jerry won his cockfight.
What?
Who?
I'm too tired.
Okay, well, listen, I want you to come by later, all right? So we're having a victory party for Little Jerry.
Okay.
It's over, Jerry. She's getting out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She's been locked up for 2 years. She's gonna want to make up for lost time. Dinners, movies, talking.
In other words, a normal relationship.
And that's no good. I've tried it straight, Jerry. We've all seen the results. And for me, sick is the only way to go.
Well, she'll still be an ex-con.
It's not the same.
Hey, if you two are meant to be together, I'm sure the cops will pick her up on something.
Best part of that scene is the confusion between George and Kramer. So he's up for parole. Little Jerry won his cockfight.
What?
Who?
I'm too tired.
Very good.
I think that's a line you use on this podcast every other week or so.
The I'm too tired?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll be using it later on in this episode, too. There was a little bit of deleted dialogue in which we were, for Little Jerry's victory party, it was going to feature Lomez's homemade dip.
Oh, come on.
Mm-hmm. A lot of scenes were either clipped or trimmed in this episode, we learned. Interesting.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, just like with...
The beginning and ending of scenes were either, clipped or shortened. I don't know if it was for time or just to make jokes work, but we're learning a lot of little, snippets here.
I think so, because this episode moves, but it's very tight and really packed in there. You don't get as many...
There's no fluff. There's no fluff.
Oh, I got it. Let's cut over to Monk's. I love this scene because I've been here before. Kurt meets Elaine for lunch, and he does not look like his usual self, right? He's got he's got glasses. It's not such a bad look, but this old denim jacket, and he's got sweats on.
Okay, so he's kind of looking like a George Costanza type.
An unemployed, like, what is it?
A loser?
The opening scene of The Opposite.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
That's a really good point, because that's similar how George walks in.
Yeah, really defeated. Mm-hmm. So Elaine's confused. She thought they were going out, but Kurt is really depressed, doesn't care. What's with the stain on the sweatshirt?
Meatball fell out of my sandwich.
You already ate?
It's from yesterday.
Dude,
I'm sorry, man. It's good. I'm really digging everyone's storyline this week. They're all... loosely related or will kind of intersect as the episode goes on. But so far, all pistons are firing.
Next scene, we're at the bodega. And, Vinny, earlier you brought up that deleted scene, where Elaine talked about, like, I'm okay dating a bald guy as long as he acts like a guy with hair. Mm-hmm. This is where that scene would have taken place.
Ah, yes.
Because Elaine, I think, was having, relationship issues with Kurt. Now that he's so depressed, he's going bald. Mm-hmm. And that scene would end at the bodega where Jerry's like, hey, my check's still up. And they would part ways.
Oh, I see.
So here we go. Jerry stops by the bodega, sees his check is still taped up, and turns out there's a new deal with Marcelino. When Little Jerry Seinfeld is Marcelino's, then the check will be Jerry's.
This is outrageous. Pack of juicy fruit.
85 cents.
85 cents? That is outrageous. He's such a child in the way he expresses himself. It's wonderful.
So Marcelino wants Little Jerry for himself. I don't get this. This deal is getting worse all the time. Where does Marcelino get off saying these things?
Well, he's got all the power. He's got that check up there that's humiliating Jerry. So, of course, he's going to alter the deal.
Damn, 2 Empire references. Nice job.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Jerry's apartment.
Kramer, Marcelino wants us to sell him Little Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, that's out of the question.
But Kramer, cockfighting is an illegal and immoral activity.
Yeah, if you got a loser. But Little Jerry was born to cockfight.
No more cockfighting. Let's just sell him to Marcelino the cockfighter and be done with it.
I think you're jealous.
Of what?
Yeah. Yeah, you see in Little Jerry Seinfeld the unlimited future you once had. Now, just because Jerry Seinfeld is a has-been, don't make Little Jerry Seinfeld a never was.
Kramer, give me that rooster.
Never! You hate him because he's doing more with your name than you ever will.
Like all the criticisms we've had of season 8 and 9, I think Michael does some of his best work in the later seasons.
Agreed.
Great stuff.
The way he says Little Jerry was born in a cockfight, and this... 2 of them, yeah. We get a yeah, and then it ends with a yeah.
The best line, though, I think is, just because Jerry Seinfeld is a has-been doesn't make Little Jerry Seinfeld a never was.
Yes, and that is really hard to say if you try and say it as passionately as Michael says it and as fast.
Oh, great.
Now, Matt, there was a little deleted line here that I thought you would appreciate. According to the script, Kramer was going to have a bunch of fights lined up for Little Jerry, because he was doing so well. In every backroom bodega and Chinese restaurant from here to Montclair, New Jersey.
Oh, come on.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, for our listeners that don't know, I live in Montclair, New Jersey, and that would have been awesome. It probably would have made me even more excited to move here when I did.
That means you could have went to Cafe Claire, got some waffles, and then went in the back and taken in a cockfight.
Man, so how many Jersey cities are actually mentioned on Seinfeld?
Well, we got Parsippany, New Jersey.
Yeah, let's go.
Where do they make your allergy medication?
I think that's just Jersey.
Right. Well, it's Jersey. Oh, you want cities?
Like cities, yeah.
Okay.
Atlantic City.
Where was the mall that they went and got the air conditioner?
Again, I think that's just
Jersey.
Jersey, yeah.
Okay. Putty's from Jersey, but no cities.
I think that might be it. Just those 2.
Okay.
But anyways, very cool. This close to getting my town mentioned on the show.
That would have been 2 towns then that were mentioned. East Lansing in the pilot, and then Montclair.
Little do you know, I only live in towns that were mentioned on Seinfeld. All right, let's cut over to the prison. George meets with Betsy because Celia listed him as a character reference. Whatever he can say that would be helpful in her getting parole. So, the wheels start turning in George's head. He doesn't want this woman getting out of prison. So he starts off saying how wonderful she is and adds, she's very smart, very crafty. When she gets out, she has plans or schemes. Wants to get back.
Schemes.
Wants to get back together with her old friends.
The gang, she likes to call them. They're hatching something. You can count on that. There was some additional artillery that George had in his arsenal to try and shoot down Celia's hopes at getting parole. He was when Betsy asked Celia if she's learned from her mistakes, George is going to respond, "Oh, she's learned a lot. The other day I locked myself out of my car and let's just say she had me on my way home in no time. So anything else?"
Yeah, it's a shame with these shorter scenes. I feel like they could go on just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
As long as the jokes are there. But we have, I think, a total of 26, 27 scenes this week, so we gotta keep moving here. Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Marcelino stops by to share some good news.
Jerry! Tomorrow night's fight night. Where's my rooster?
Kramer won't sell.
Well, tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take down your check anyway.
Oh, thank you, Marcelino.
Well, perhaps someday you will do me a favor. And that day is today. Little Jerry Seinfeld must go down in the 3rd round of tomorrow's main event.
You want Little Jerry to take a dive?
Shh, not so loud.
First of all, I don't think you can make a rooster take a dive.
Can't you?
Second of all, Jerry Seinfeld, big or little, doesn't go down for anyone, anywhere, at any time. Now, I'd appreciate it if you'd please leave.
Big Yeti's making a big mistake, Yeti.
We'll see about that.
Kramer, I'm coming up. We got a cockfight to win.
Okay.
So how many Marcelino quotes do we want to repeat right now?
All. Well, perhaps someday you'll do me a favor, and that day is today.
That is so good. And then probably the best Marcelino quote out of this entire episode. Big Yeti is making a big mistake, Yeti.
We loved it so much, we did it last week and this week.
That happens a lot on this show.
Mm.
So I guess the big idea here is Jerry stands his ground. You know, I'm not letting little Jerry throw the fight. So the fight is on. And at the end of the scene, after Marcelino leaves, I love this moment as Jerry leans out the window and he's like, I'm coming up. We got a cockfight to win.
Okay.
And we didn't mention this a couple of scenes ago, but when Jerry tells Kramer, hey, Marcelino wants little Jerry, he wants us to sell it to him. That scene originally was going to open with Kramer on the roof. And Jerry was going to lean out the window and say, hey, Kramer, come on down. And Kramer would take the fire escape down to Jerry's bedroom and enter that way.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I just like the idea of them kind of using the apartment set more than just, people coming in the door, people coming out the door.
We did see it once when Newman escaped via the fire escape in Jerry's bedroom when they're playing Risk.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
All right, let's cut over to George's apartment. Kurt is sitting down while George is standing over him and inspecting his scalp with the lamp.
Elaine said you would be the best person I could talk to.
Yep. Classic horseshoe pattern. I've seen a lot of this.
Oh, God.
No, Kurt, wrong attitude. You should be happy now.
Happy? Why should I be happy?
You've still got pretty good coverage. Once the enemy advances beyond this perimeter, then you won't be Kurt anymore.
What will I be? How long do I have?
14 months. Maybe 10.
Is there anything I can do?
Yes. Live, damn it! Live! Every precious moment as if this was the last year of your life. Because in many ways, it is. Excuse me. Celia, what are you doing here?
Well, I didn't get my parole, so I busted out.
And you just decided to pop in.
Man, the plot thickens, doesn't it?
But the hair thins.
Yes.
It's this analyzation of Kurt's scalp is a little disheartening for me right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Horseshoe pattern, a lot of this.
Once the enemy advances beyond this perimeter, you won't be Kurt anymore.
Who will he be? Now, really good deleted dialogue came out of this scene. In an alternate version, George tells Kurt, right now when people look at you, they still see Kurt. And Kurt replies, but eventually they won't. And George says, no, you disappear and all people see is bald man. Get out of the way, Chrome Dome. Care for a refill, cue ball? You're the worst assistant to the traveling secretary we've ever had, Baldy. Things like that. And finally George says, we all look alike to them.
Aww.
He's really hurting.
So they're all victims, to baldism.
There are dozens of us.
I wonder who was the Yankees employee that said, you're the worst assistant to the traveling secretary we've ever had, Baldy.
It couldn't have been Wilhelm because he's bald.
Balding, yeah.
Balding.
Or no, he's bald, yeah.
He's
And
got the horseshoe.
So was Morgan.
Morgan shaved his head because he was receding.
Right, he was a cue ball.
And Lafarge and payroll, bald. Man, Yankees, I like the Yankees. They hire a lot of bald guys.
So maybe it was Steinbrenner?
Perhaps.
Or maybe it was one of the players, like it was Derek
Jeter or Bernie Williams after that batting practice display.
Or it could have been maybe like a Buck Showalter line after the whole polyester
Or Danny Tartable, although he's probably been traded at this point.
Paul O'Neill, huh?
Okay, let's move on.
I know sports. And of course, at the end of that scene, Celia showed up, so George is harboring a fugitive, which I'm sure won't get him in trouble. Let's go over to Elaine's apartment. We're going to combine two scenes here. There's a knock at the door, and when she answers it, there's Kurt, but holding a ring, asking Elaine to marry him. This is big, man. This is like finale cliffhanger stuff.
We got that straight.
Trivia question. We might have talked about it before, but how many times has Elaine been proposed to?
We got here Kurt proposing to Elaine. We have Kramer proposing to Elaine in The Wife. What do you say? Was it 40 years?
Make it 50.
That's it. We're engaged. And then finally, Jerry will propose to Elaine in The Serenity Now.
Holy cow. So the correct answer is 3. But I never considered that Kramer one to be a proposal. I always counted the time in the mom and pop store when Elaine can't hear from the Dixieland Deli and Jerry says, "Elaine, would you marry me?"
Oh, so that's twice he's asked her.
Yeah, once joking, but
wow,
I guess I didn't specify. Mm-hmm. Nice job. So 4 times. Right on.
4. Any other engagements you remember in the season or the series rather?
We got Susan. You got Jeannie.
George. I forgot about that one. Well, now, do we? I'm talking about proposals that we witness. So you see Jerry ask Jeannie. You see George ask Susan.
I think that's it in terms of proposals, but
we see Mickey get married, but we don't see him propose.
He comes in, I think, right after the engagement.
That's right.
And he's like, "How many is this for you?" You're a lightweight.
So is that it?
There might be more. There's probably more. But in this scene here, let's jump ahead to Elaine telling Kurt, slow down. I can't just marry you. She needs time. What kind of time exactly?
Fiancé time. Make my girlfriends jealous time.
Well, plus you want to get to know me.
Yeah, that too. I like this. She's not even considering marrying him for love. It's for all the other things that go along with getting engaged, like this, is it superficiality? Well, this it's a later Elaine quality, but I do like it in this particular scene.
Oh, for sure. Like Kurt with the hair, time is running out for Elaine. Yeah, I mean, that's not my belief. I think that's her belief.
Yeah.
She's got to get married one of these days.
Well, she's running out of guys in this city, Matt.
Well, Elaine tells him, the earliest she could get married is probably a year, and Kurt knows he doesn't have that kind of time. It has to be now.
Could I see the ring again? We learned how long it's going to take, right?
Yeah.
What the prognosis is?
14 months, maybe 10.
Maybe 10, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, just saying.
Well, let's get over to Jerry's apartment. Another classic shot here. You got Jerry and Kramer in the kitchen with little Jerry pecking away like a boxer. And what do you call those mitts? Those like mittens or mitts that Jerry wears?
I think they're pads.
Yeah. Normally,
I used to have those,
people would be punching them, but yeah, you got little Jerry pecking away.
Oh, yeah. He's looking good, huh, Jerry?
Yeah. All right, I think that's enough for today. Little Jerry is a lean, mean, pecking machine. What are you doing with that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna heat this up. Make a little hot tub for little Jerry.
Hey, Kramer. Be careful. Hey, guess what? Little Jerry ran from here to Newman's in under 30 seconds.
Is that good?
I don't know. Where have you been?
Celia broke out of prison. I'm sitting in my home. She shows up at the door.
Oh, my God. The breakout pop in.
Yeah. Jerry, listen to this. I discovered something even better than conjugal visit sex. Fugitive sex. Now it's like every time we're together.
George, this is a little too much for me. Escape convicts, fugitive sex. I got a cockfight to focus on.
You know what? Now that you mention it, maybe this is kind of a zany episode, but I'm still loving the hell out of it.
I think this is in the running for the zaniest episode of the show.
but it blends so well. Like you got the breakout pop in. There's zany with old school, the pop in. Mm-hmm. I'm just really enjoying it.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm not judging it either, but that last line from Jerry, this is a little too much for me. Escaped convicts, fugitive sex. That's going to be my go-to line if an episode ever feels like too much.
Yeah, right.
But great lines here. Little Jerry is a lean, mean pecking machine.
Oh, the line that it's so touching. Kramer is filling up the pot with water. I'm gonna do a little hot tub for Little Jerry. Kramer, be careful. He's kind of just like watching this little baby bird neighbor of his try to take care of a rooster. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's great. I would have loved a little image of Kramer in his hot tub, Little Jerry in his.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But of course, yeah, Jerry is just so aware that this is not going to go well. Be careful. Well, let's cut over to the big event, the cockfight. Maybe I know this episode better from my audio days, but I never realized it's in the back of the bodega.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just never put that together. I assumed it was like in some alley somewhere or, a seedy joint. No, we're in the back of the bodega, and the place is packed. People are already placing their bets. A lot of cigarette smoke everywhere. Elaine is talking to Jerry. Turns out she's going to marry Kurt. Figures it'll just be a couple of years until he's completely bald. Those will be good times. Sorry, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Next time I see you, you have like this huge fro. Mm-hmm. But Jerry warns her that, marriage is a big step, Elaine. Your life is totally going to change.
It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm at a cockfight. What am I clinging to? It's true.
Yeah. George joins the group and checks in with the gang there. Kramer seems a little concerned. Little Jerry has a big sweat going. And made me wonder, maybe, Kramer, worked him out. He took a shower with Little Jerry, but it didn't take,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe he fed him some Kung Pao.
He ate chicken? That's perverse.
Oh, yeah. Well, hang
Speaking
on a second.
of which,
you got the rooster, the chicken, and the hen.
We never really touched on Frank Costanza analyzing all the, hens and chickens having sex.
Yeah, different poultry. All right, well, Kramer gives Jerry an envelope that arrived at the apartment, express mail from his parents. What's inside?
$50. I don't believe this. Great payoff to the Helen Seinfeld joke from earlier.
Such a stupid little subplot, yeah.
You shut your mouth. It's fabulous.
Meanwhile, the gang sees Marcelino arrive with this huge white rooster.
Looks like a dog with a glove on its head. That was one you always used to say, too, I think.
Really? Oh, man.
I remember.
Well, we're going to cut over to George's apartment here before the cockfight gets underway. Celia answers the door, and there's Kurt, who stopped by to thank George for the life-changing advice, when suddenly 2 detectives arrive and bust Celia. Doesn't end there, though. One of them places Kurt under arrest, assuming he's George Costanza.
Save it. We know you're bald. We know it's you. Why are you making me say all these lines?
Hey, it's just the way it happened.
Oh, man. So we have the guy that insults Kurt is Paul Perry. He plays Detective Danner. He was in Freeway and Demolition Man. And then more interesting, we have the other detective played by Al White, Detective Udowitz. Does this guy look familiar to you at all, Matt?
He does. He's the one that's like, well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he looks familiar. Well, what's he in?
He was in Back to the Future, Part 2.
Oh my God. You're damn right, you're in the wrong house.
You sucker.
Oh, yes. One of our favorite lines.
He's the dad. You're damn right, you're in the wrong house. He's the dad.
Oh, that's funny. And just last week, you did the, hey, Strickland.
Oh, from here on out, one Back to the Future reference per show.
Excellent. All right, let's cut over to the cockfight here, the grand finale. I didn't know Elaine could speak Spanish, but she gets the lowdown from an old woman at the cockfight. Marcelino had the bird flown in from Ecuador. He's 68-0.
He's a ringer.
And here we go, man. Great moment. Kramer realizes he has to get Little Jerry out of the ring before he gets his clock cleaned. But the fight's already started, and in slow motion, we get these great line deliveries. The first one's from Kramer. Then Jerry.
Kramer!
Elaine.
Stop the fight!
And George.
Tamale! How fun is that?
Oh, I love that sequence. And if you need to hear the audio, we'll close out the episode this week with it. Well, the whole dramatic scene ends as Kramer dives, grabs little Jerry, and then he gets attacked by that huge rooster.
And you hear just the pain and he's wincing and yelping from all the pecks.
Right.
We didn't really in the past, like in interviews, Julia has discussed like, wow, this is really taboo for the show to discuss masturbation or women discussing sex with men at this time or whatever. But here you have the most popular show on TV, in prime time, having a cockfight. And the main characters are the ones who are bringing a rooster to a cockfight. Like, did PETA or any other, animal rights organizations protest, or were there any letters written? In no way was I offended watching this, because Kramer's innocent and stupid. We've gotten to that zany portion of Seinfeld, but I guess that little Jerry's going to be okay, and Kramer's the one who's going to get pecked. Yeah,
but I mean, just the idea of a cockfight and
exactly. I'm surprised it made it through. I don't know if we should be doing a cockfight on Seinfeld, but it works so well, so much that it's one of the classic episodes.
It doesn't seem, from my point of view, controversial enough to not do it or, have this episode be like banned or shut down. We'll get to that episode, next year, but
because no animal gets, injured in the script other than the dog that little Jerry has the first run-in with.
Right. But, the idea of a cockfight to me is just so seedy and, I don't know, trashy that it kind of seems like something that would be on It's Always Sunny.
That I could see.
You know what I mean?
And I would buy it.
Sure. Oh, so you don't buy it here? Like, it just seems too out of place?
I buy it. Or? No, this is part of Seinfeld lore, the cockfight in season 8. So, yeah, I'm on board.
That is a great question, though. Did PETA, get involved, or were they concerned with, or any, animal rights organization? That's something I'll try to look into. Maybe we can talk about it next week. But last scene of the episode here, over the credits, we're in prison, a different prison. Elaine is visiting Kurt, with the glass wall and the phones on either side. Turns out he got so mad that the cops thought he looked like George, he slugged one of them. And Elaine knows the real issue here. How long are you going to be in jail?
Well, my lawyer says 14 months, but with good behavior, maybe 10.
So 10 to 14 months.
Yeah.
So Elaine just, hangs up the phone and drops her ring into the partition drawer. And
how convenient.
Yeah, leaves. So pretty cold move on Elaine's part, but I love it.
Yeah, that's the Lainey we are now faced with. Yeah. She dumped a bald man.
Oh, man. This has been a tough episode for you, hasn't it?
I think we should shut down and retool and just do a whole new format from now on.
Let's move on to ratings and reviews.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, is this a sweatshop episode or cage-free farm fresh?
Ooh. I'm going to go above cage-free farm fresh and say this episode is a lean, mean pecking machine.
Nice.
Great episode.
You sound like Al Pacino.
Great episode. It's funny how two of my favorite episodes from season 8 involve chickens, or at least one's a chicken, one's a rooster. I love this episode so much. I was so excited to talk about it with you. I think we get a great variety of subplots this week, from Kurt's baldness to George's fugitive prisoner girlfriend, the Little Jerry arc. Great guest stars with the actor who plays Marcelino and the actor who plays Kurt.
Yep.
The actress who plays
even Betsy.
Even Betsy, yeah. The character of Celia isn't too memorable.
Right.
It's more how George works off of her, but still a great character, great girlfriend nonetheless.
Great girl.
And I mentioned this earlier, the episode is very tight. It's extremely wacky, but I think it works. It doesn't turn me off, just the idea in general. So, but yeah, what about you?
I feel like I can't really add anything. I really like that all the stories kind of dovetail at the end, in some way. But yeah, each member of the Fab Four, their storyline is bringing it this week. Mm-hmm. Elaine's being superficial and throwing away, a marriage, and then Kramer's innocence with the cockfighting. I mean, you've already mentioned it and we've discussed it. So I'm loving everything about this episode.
Yeah, me too. It's one of those. I remember we came across these episodes in the earlier seasons where we didn't really have much to say. It's a great episode, and
we're speechless.
I could understand if it doesn't really do it for some of our listeners because it is too wacky and out there, but I think this has more than enough going for it to actually crack my top 20. What about you?
Ooh. I wanted it to crack my top 20. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm not going to talk to you about this anymore.
But I got the rye, man. The rye is holding firm at number 20, and I don't want to lose the rye.
Well, what about if the rye and the Failte Jerry switched places? Would you knock out the Failte Jerry?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So this would, just like was the other episode I liked, the Andrew Doria?
Oh, no, the abstinence.
The abstinence, yes. Just like the abstinence would have been in my top 20 to 25, this would probably be like, I'll say 21.
Wow.
We might have to extend our top 20 to our top 30 because I have a feeling nothing's going to crack my top 20.
Yeah, maybe we could work on that when we see each other. We could...
Sure.
maybe
more
someday,
useless rankings.
And maybe someday we could create a 180 list. Who knows? But well, I would like to put this in my top 20. Like I said,
okay.
I am regretting putting the alternate side at 18 so low on the list because I really like that episode from season 3. And I have a bad feeling by the time we wrap up Seincast, it's going to leave my top 20.
Okay.
But I'm going to put the Little Jerry above the Failte Jerry at number 16.
Okay.
So I've got the hot tub at 15, Little Jerry at 16, Failte Jerry at 17, and I'm saying goodbye to the 7.
Now, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have all 3 Jerry episodes in your top 20. What do you say about that?
You're right. I have the Bizarro Jerry at number 4. Yeah, and Little and Failte 15, 16, and 15.
I've got 2 Jerrys, so that's something.
That's something.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have the pilot at number 2. Remember the name of the sitcom?
Jerry! Oh, you are beautiful. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please send us an email if you like at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 12th episode of Season 8, The Money. Now, Matt, I think we've given this podcast thing our best shot. We've had some good conversations, but it's over. Now, this Bloomingdale's thing, it could be the next wave. But for now, I'm Vinny.
I'm Slappy White.
Signing off.
Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.